Hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and welcome to continuation of solo self-found adventures. Might actually play some other characters today, might even play some other games later on, but if so I'll reset the stream and put it to a different VOD. But currently I am on Oreo McFury. I was just thinking about potentially crafting a different sword here. Because I thought of another method. I need to kind of calculate the DPS on this. So I'm going to quick do that. But I might get a sword that may be better than the Dream Feather that I currently have at least. So 108 plus 166 divided by 2 times 1.88. It's actually pretty decent, 257. Okay, well, using the method that I was going to use, I'm not entirely sure that I can make a better weapon than that. Hey, Thor's Hammer, how's it going, man? Thanks for stopping in. Going pretty good on my end. How are you doing? Alright, so yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult to craft a better weapon than that, than I thought, but I may try. Let's see. I'll probably need more alterations for the method that I want to use, so we'll look into that when the time comes. Currently, looks like we're doing good for hit chance. Our DPS isn't that bad; it's pretty decent. We're gonna get back into getting flawless savagery and try to get some higher crit chance at some point here. But maybe let's see. Like we have a few more life nodes to get. Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's it's been a little bit of a weird time, but I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good overall. Especially today, I feel really good. I feel energized, and I'm excited to do a longer stream today. I'm hoping for a pretty long stream. At least I'm aiming for at least 3 hours this time, but we'll see how I feel. How it goes. Okay, so I was looking to try to get that last mausoleum. I should probably check here. I'm just gonna pick up everything, as I tend to do. And we'll see if any of those were maps that we needed. So in this case, just the mausoleum. Still don't need that. I didn't pick up any new tier 4s, but we did get the new Jungle Valley, so I'm gonna run that. We'll start off there. And yeah. We'll go from there. Oof. Ooh. Nice fast attack speed. Now I've been having some computer problems, so if the stream suddenly turns off, it'll be because my computer shut down by itself. As you may hear in the background, my computer fan is working pretty hard. I've just been having a little bit of trouble with it, so hopefully we'll be able to avoid any shutdowns of that. But if it does shut down, I'll be back as soon as I can get it running again. Well, good start. Off to a good start. Immediately rip. Well, that is gonna be the way it goes. I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't been playing very much POE lately, so I'm not terribly surprised that that happened. Alright, gonna be okay with this little mana. Might have to get rid of something. Yeah, I jumped right back into that. I wanted to quick kill the like 2 that were left. I think we're gonna have to drop one of our things here. It can't be precision, we need that. Probably can't be Dread Banner. I guess we're gonna have to get rid of Flesh and Stone, which the only way to do that is to unsocket it currently. Or desocket it. Okay, looks like we got rid of it. That was the last one. Go clear all of this stuff out. Takes a second to do that. Yeah, without the maim, our damage seems pretty low. Maybe we should just turn it back on and not worry too much about the the mana problems. That seems like the best course of action. Something's hitting me good. Ourselves bountiful traps. The useful one. I believe that's the strongbox prophecy. Yeah, there's some other stuff over here. This chest. And silver coins. I should make sure I'm keeping up on my prophecies. Alright. And I think we're mostly set, honestly, for gear. We just need... We're probably going to need a minus mana cost ring at some point, so that'll be high on our priority list. We'll be looking out for any kind of temples. I should probably check the progress of my temple, see if I should go chasing Elva. I should probably do it regardless, but we can get one of those from the temple, or we could potentially get one from Betrayal, although I have not found that on the Trade League, so I think it's pretty unlikely, but it is possible. A little bit of lag as well here. Hopefully it won't affect things too much. But yeah, I haven't been playing too much POE lately, sadly, so I'm a little bit rusty. Hopefully I'll be able to get back into the swing of things. I was very disappointed that there was no flashback league this league, because, well, it's important for my content to have regular leagues, and because I'm kind of dry on video subjects, I have a couple of additional videos that I could put out, but for the most part I'm pretty dried up. And it's also just better for playing, because being able to start a new league is the most fun thing, even if it is just like a temporary league type thing. Hey, Skepsy, how's it going, man? Or Skepsis. Yeah, Skepsy. Hey, I'm doing well. How are you, man? Doing okay. Just talking about my disappointment in the lack of a flashback league this league. Pretty big disappointment, honestly. It's one of the things that keeps me coming back, but yeah, we still got the solo self-found character to get into the end game. Good so far. Man, I can see your chat in my add-on quicker than I can see it in the actual chat window. Yeah, so far so good. That's good. That is good. Now let's see. I'm just gonna trade. I don't mind not having tier 1s. I'm just gonna start trading them. Sounds like somebody's mowing the lawn outside, so I apologize for any of that. But, you know, not a whole lot I can do about it. Alright, we're just trading up all our tier 1s, tier 2s. We're not gonna want to run those anyway, in hopes that we get our last tier 3 and we can trade up for some tier 4s. We just want to progress at this point. Okay, so check all of these out. Still didn't get a mausoleum, but we can trade some arid lakes up, trade some tiers up. Hopefully get some new maps there. I know channel isn't new, but is Curse Crypt? No. Oh man. Not much luck on that front. Well. We have a graveyard we can do. Tier 7s were coming up a little bit more difficult, but I think we can probably manage it, hopefully. Alrighty. Graveyard's a pretty nice map. kind of a little clunky in the middle here, especially for the Legion, as we kind of have to sneak around the walls, but it's relatively open. Hear that? Got a toxic sewer, one of the really good ones for this particular build. Alright. Oh yeah, we were gonna check with Elva. Oh well. Looks like we got some sulfite in this map. Good. And it looks like we also got one of the chain prophecies. The Unbreathing Queen 1. I didn't really pay attention to how much sulfite I got just there. Should be okay though. I'm gonna pick up some of the ES gear. Might end up making a new character at some point just for fun, you know? Keep things fresh. We have a lot of interesting ES gear, so I figure if we can get some more, I'd probably justify picking up a new character. Maybe playing an occultist. I haven't actually played that. Hey, how's it going, The Wall? Thanks for stopping in, dude. Hype! Ooh, the lag! All the lag. Well, hopefully it's the internet and not the computer. Although I guess that wouldn't necessarily be much better, but I keep hoping my computer's not going to crap out on me here. Been doing so a lot lately, so I would rather have a little bit of temporary internet trouble than potentially permanent computer trouble. If I have to choose between the two, I'd rather have neither, you know. Get some 3 voices cards up in here. Oh yeah, they changed this encounter. Oh, they fixed it. You used to be able to jump into the sarcophagus with a leap slam. Looks like they fixed that though. Cyclone Revan. Yeah, this encounter is a little bit more engaging now. It was just a simple triple boss before. It still drops the 3 voices though. I guess technically I haven't actually encountered... If this is the last boss, this one is a triple boss. I'm not really sure. Nope, looks like there's another one. So, oh, looks like there's multiple other ones. There you go. Yeah, there were 5 bosses there. More than 50 monsters. What did I do wrong? I cleared it in a circle. Looks like there's a little offshoot down here that I missed. Okay, 6 monsters. We're good. Good to go. Oof. It was cool most of today, but now I'm kind of sweaty. Crit chance for spells. Yes. Very small amount of crit chance for spells. Nothing good there. Take our Cartographer's Incubator. Always nice. No. Nope. Are some of my videos missing? Maybe. I haven't looked recently. Why do you ask? It's possible some of my stream replays won't show up, but I don't think any of my videos should be missing. Now I'm gonna have to go look though. I haven't posted a video recently, so it's possible if you think maybe some of my videos from recently haven't shown up. I just haven't posted much lately, so that might be the problem. I have had a little bit of personal stuff going on, so I haven't been able to be as active as I'd like, unfortunately. Well, oh yeah, Alba. Let's check out Alba. I know. Got him clumped too close. Can't click on the right one. All right, let's space these guys out a little. We'll put them kind of evenly around the world. Oh, that's coral. There's also coral. Okay. There. Alright. Should be easier to click on everything. Let's check out Alva. View Temple. 9 incursions remain. Okay. So ways off there. I should probably focus on potentially finding out which ones of these contain June, Alva, and Nico. I don't have Beach. Okay. So I don't think I can actually get to any. Suppose we could have also looked in. Yeah. Alright, well, let's check out the mine encampment for now. I'm kind of stalled a little bit. I can just keep mapping and do higher tier maps, or do lower tier maps fast with the hopes that I can complete them. But yeah, it looks like we've generated a decent amount of sulfite. So last time we came up here. This time we're gonna head straight down again. Alright. I definitely need to fix my mana problems. Currently, don't have a lot of options for that just yet. Got ourselves another crafting recipe, 2 links. The parody video seems to be missing. I'll have to check to see if it was taken down. Because, yeah, that should still be up. And if I got videos taken down, I'm gonna be super sad. I wasn't notified of it. And usually if you get like a takedown or a copyright or anything like that, YouTube will notify you that. Or at least that's how it's been in the past. God. I'll be pretty angry. Maybe it'll finally be the push I need to switch to Twitch. And then I'll just post my VODs from Twitch on YouTube. I did that for a while. It wasn't bad. You know. It's less structured content if I do it that way for my YouTube viewers, but it's 2 sources of income at least. Gives me a backup. Because I'm never sure what YouTube's gonna do. Some of the stuff they do confuses me. Some of it does more than confuse me. It just upsets me straight up. Not very open with their methods, I guess, would be the biggest problem. Like if they were doing things I didn't agree with, but they were informing me of it, that would be a little bit better. Yeah. The lack of clarity makes it worse for sure. I'll have Jessica search when she gets back into the room. She might be cooking right now. What's that? Oh, you're on the couch? Would you mind checking to see if my parody video is missing? I would appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Because the wall says he can't find it, so... Yeah, YouTube's, boy. I feel like the one time when they were just demonetizing all of my videos was basically the roughest time I've had since being a content creator with the actual content. Okay, Jessica found it. It's still up there. What's it called? Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's still up there. I think I might have to make another one of those. It didn't get a lot of views, but It was fun. I enjoyed doing it. I like doing a character, you know, being a little less serious. I feel like I'm too often serious trying to be informative, but it's fun to do just a fun YouTube video every once in a while. Yeah, good stuff. Makes me feel a little bit more gratified. I like giving information out too, and I think I'm a little bit better at that, but gotta flex my humor chops, which exist. There. Daijoubu, as the Weebanese say. Alrighty. Yeah. I need to figure out something. What's a Jessica and where can you get one? Well, I picked her up through online dating, so you can try that. But it took me 5 years of online dating to find a Jessica. I mostly found a bunch of really bad dates up until that point, so your results may vary. But if you're persistent, perhaps you'll find yourself a Jessica. In terms... Very, very expensive. That's right. Asking the real questions. Yeah. Well, if you're looking for a girl named Jessica, then yeah, that's super easy. It's a very common name. If you're looking for a girl like Jessica, not gonna happen. Sorry, man. I got the only one. I got the best one. But you can find a pretty good one probably somewhere, I would imagine. Yeah. You can definitely find a girl named Jessica, though, I assure you. Especially if you live in the US. It's a very, very common name. But yeah. Just gonna give that Interwood stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It worked for me, eventually. Like I said, I went on many dozens of terrible, terrible dates before I found Jessica. Most of my relationships averaged about 3 dates, so yeah. Had a girl steal my phone out of my hand so she could yell at one of my female friends. You know, had a lot of shady stuff. I had a girl awkwardly, like, we went over to her place and cooked a turkey, and then we just sat around awkwardly, and then she cried about how she doesn't think she's gonna, oh man, be what she wants to be or something. I was like, man, this isn't first date stuff. I'm sorry. Hey, Marcos, how's it going, man? we did watch Shrooms, which is a good movie that night, though. So that was cool. Had a lot of awkward dates. Met my neighbor on online dating. That was fun. Yeah, good stuff. Met my boss. I met 2 of my bosses on online dating, so I didn't actually go on dates with them. I feel like a lot of times, especially where I'm from, where there isn't a lot of options, and so you have to cast your net pretty wide, you're gonna get a majority weirdos, I think. Maybe I'm being a little bit too cynical there, but yeah, I feel like that's just I ended up going on dates with almost any. I mean, some of them were friendly enough. Like, there was this really nice girl, but she was just really shy and not looking for a relationship, and we ended up staying friends for a little bit and then lost touch. Like, there were some fine people too, or people who just didn't have interests that aligned with mine, which is also fine. The stories I tell were from the weirdos because those are the more memorable ones. But in reality, a majority of them were fine. They just weren't, you know, people that I was interested in. One girl encouraged me to fight with a stranger at a bar. We ended up going to a bar date, and this one guy was being kind of rude to the bartender, and she asked me if I would go up and beat the shit out of him. So, yeah. And it wasn't anything that concerned me. It was in between them two. They seemed to know each other. This girl didn't know either of them, and it was our first date, and she was encouraging me to go pick a fight with this random guy. So I'm like, I think maybe this kind of girl is going to invite a little bit too much drama for me. And so I got out of there post haste. Her interests did align with mine more. She was into anime and such, but yeah, she seemed like a drama magnet, so I got out of there. I'm not about the drama. I like the nice, chill life, you know? Keep to myself. Yeah. A hot, juicy goss. I'm not one for the hot, juicy goss necessarily. You know, I'll keep myself, I don't mind listening to dramatic stuff, but I like to keep myself out of it on a personal level. You know, if you're talking about a friend of a friend, that's one thing, but if you're talking about people I know directly, it's like, I don't want to get involved in this. Not interested. But yeah, most of them were fine. I was going on like 1 or 2 dates a week for like 5 years usually, on average. And most of them were just unmemorable. Just, you know, maybe they were into sports or like they just had a lifestyle that I wasn't into. You know, they were really into something, or they said something just really negative about one of my hobbies, like video games. Lots of girls very judgmental about a guy who's very into video games. Not a lot. I would say like 30% of them, though. Most of them had passive interests or like seemed kind of neutral on it, but I spend my whole life playing video games. So it's kind of a deal breaker. Yeah, nerd. Kind of a deal breaker if you think that's lame somehow. A lot of them didn't read. A lot of them were into movies I wasn't into, you know. Whereas with Jessica, I got a pretty good crossover of everything. We have interests that are just different enough to keep things interesting, but close enough to where we enjoy doing a lot of the same things together. Games with... That's right, man. That is right. I unapologetically enjoy the things that I enjoy, and if somebody in my life is going to belittle me for that, well, I guess, well, it'll probably limit to what degree they can be in my life, you know? That is just about it. Nothing wrong with that. And, of course, there's no issues with having different interests with a significant other. Like I said, Jessica and I have... yeah, Jessica really likes historical reenactments and, like, a lot of old-timey stuff that I'm not super into. I think it's cool, but I'm just not, like, super into it. And I have a lot of stuff that I'm into that Jessica isn't really into. Like K-pop. Or, you know... But we have a lot of crossovers and that kind of thing as well. So we both really like sci-fi novels and horror movies, although we like different ones, which is good because we can recommend things to each other or kind of, you know, get to see different things. Yeah. Influence each other's taste. We can mock each other. Yeah, we can mock or influence each other's taste. That's pretty important. And yeah, good stuff. Good stuff all around. Let's see. Nice simple go through here. Also, I don't think a lot of girls would be supportive of me constantly trying to do YouTube at a permanent basis, considering how unstable it is, and then taking temporary jobs in between. Hey, cool. Enjoy. Always nice to be taking care of the pets. That's kind of why I'm a cat guy myself. I like dogs. I like, I'll dog sit for my brother. My brother has 2 dogs, both of which are rather large. And I'll occasionally house sit for him when he's out of town, watch the animals. He has 2 dogs and a cat. But for myself personally, cats kind of suit my personality a little bit more. They're usually more laid back. Our cat Toby, outside of the hour before feeding time, is super, super chill. and when he wants cuddles. But for the most part, he's very, very laid back. And that's a little bit more to my style. You can get laid back dogs. One of my brother's dogs is actually very laid back. Her name's Diamond. She's the most cat-like dog I've ever met. She likes to just lay around and do her own thing. And she will be affectionate, especially when she is jealous of the other dog now. That's true. She is a lap dog, and she's also like 90 pounds or something ridiculous. And maybe she's only like 70 pounds. She's still very, very large for a dog. And she thinks she's a lap dog, but most certainly is not. So, makes for fun times. But yeah, she's a good dog. The other dog they have, Duke, is a little bit more energetic. He's good, but yeah, he's a puppy. He's a little bit older now. A little past puppy. Yeah, he's a lab mix. And I believe Diamond is a pit bull Doberman mix, if I recall. But she's the sweetest dog. Those are dogs that people normally, normally think are kind of, hey, watch all of Overlord? Wow, that was quick. I'm actually watching a new anime too. I decided to give Gundam a try for the first time since the late 90s, early 2000s. And I'm watching Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. And my favorite Gundam is Gundam Wing. Really love Gundam Wing. I like G Gundam 2 is alright. And like Gundam 00, Gundam Unicorn. Those were like okay. But I'm actually really, really enjoying this one. So I kind of dropped the reign. I think I lost interest in it a little bit. So for now, I'm putting that one on hold. I may go back to it, but that's true. Gundam does tend to get repetitive, especially if you watch all of them. I've noticed that this one follows a lot of very similar tropes of previous Gundams, but it's got really likable characters, and it's got a good plot too. I mean, it's very similar plot to other Gundams for sure, but I like the Gundam tropes, and because it's been so long, it still feels pretty fresh. It's not like I've been watching Gundam all these years. It's been a solid at least 15 years since I've watched a Gundam series. So yeah, it feels good. It feels nice. I like it. Big fan. Also, the opening for the first half of the first core of the first season is amazing. It's done by a man with a mission who does the Inuyashiki open. Not Inuyasha, but Inuyashiki. For those unfamiliar, it's Inuyashiki is made by the creator of Gantz and is about an old man who gets combined into an android with robot technology, and it's awesome. And especially the opening theme is absolutely amazing. Man with a Mission is a really cool band. Big fan of them. They wear wolf masks and have an interesting backstory about Jimi Hendrix creating a super race of half wolf, half people in the Antarctica, which is pretty fun. Feels like Gundam starts with an attack on a rotational colony followed by the main characters escaping. Yes, Gundam Wing, yes. It's similar, but not exactly the same as that. Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's definitely very similar. It'll feel familiar to you if you have watched previous Gundams, for sure. But it's definitely a different plot. But it, like I said, very similar. There are similarities. I mean, it kind of starts off with one emotionally stunted character who's kind of a little bit of an outcast. In this case, though, unlike Hiroyuki from Gundam Wing, he has a strong group of friends around him type thing. He's not quite as antisocial or sociopathic as Hiro was, but it has, I don't know, it has a large cast of very likable characters. It's more gradual than Gundam. Gundam escalates more quickly. This one has a more gradual plot through that I'm a bigger fan of, personally. Hey, Fred, how's it going, man? It's on Hulu, so I'll check it out. Only so much JoJo I can take. I still haven't gotten around to watching JoJo. I'm still slowly kind of considering the idea to watch that. Justin's asleep. Hey, no one beats the sacrifice of Sandrock. Sacrifice of Sandrock. Hey. Oh, but yeah, I like Gundam Wing. I also liked G Gundam. I don't know if it's your traditional mecha. It's not really sci-fi mecha. It's more Super Robo, but it was really fun. It was like a tournament arc that turned into like the big overarching war that Gundam tends to do. Overlord O? Sure. Yeah, I haven't been able to get to comments recently, so I'm sorry for anybody who's been leaving comments. I'll try to get to as many as I can as soon as I can, but I've kind of been putting that off at the moment, and a lot of them have piled up, so it makes me a little bit more hesitant even to go through them. But I'm gonna put aside a couple of hours to look through comments one of these days here, and I'll try to get back to it. But feel free to ask now, Fred, if you would if you'd like me to, if you remember what your question is. Yeah, I'll probably get around to watching Overlord again. I kind of got fed up with the isekai, which is another world. It's a genre. Oh yeah, Quatra or Cortra? Quatra? I can't remember. All I know is that the Gundam Wing characters were Catra. It was Catra. They were all named after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in different languages, I believe. So you had like Trace and Quatra. Turn A Gundam? Oh, Yoko Kanno. I do love me some Yoko Kanno. So, Turn A Gundam. Yeah, I might have to check that one out. I like any lately I've been liking Hiroyuki Sawano a lot more as a for the music, but I still love a lot of Yoko Kanno music for sure. Yeah, I remember. Boy, it's been a long time since I've watched Gundam Wing. I used to have the models. I had the Death Scythe and I had the Wing Zero. Like the little models that you paint and put together. I had those two when I was a kid. So my favorite was, I believe his name was Trace or Trey or something. Meant 3. Oh. Ah. Yeah, so I probably have a... Are you talking about the Path of Building or in different ones? Basically the 3 easy, or the 3 cheap unique ones was more of a show-off of uniques where you can build from them, like to transition into maps. So the idea was less about the build itself. You would just go a standard Flame Totem build, and instead of having a 5-link, you would put that in. So it'll be a little bit cheaper, or quite a bit cheaper than a 5-link until you can get at least a 5-link to transition to. It's just a whole lot better than having to deal with using a 4-link trying to get into like yellow or red maps. And so it was less about the build and more about the fact that you could use a specific unique to enable the build as like a transition type thing. And potentially get all the way to red maps where you can farm enough currency to easily buy a 6-link. So yeah, I'm sorry if there was a little bit of confusion for that. It was less about the builds and more about just how the items themselves enable you to transition the build. All right. Right. In that case, I just wanted to show that if you can't get a 5-link right away in a new one, you can buy a lantern, which is usually super cheap. Like even in the very beginning of a league, you can usually pick it up for something like an Elk or a Chaos at most. So you can easily pick that up. And in the beginning of the league, sometimes for the first couple of days, you're still going to be paying like 10, 18, 20 for the first like 2 days for a 5-link. And if you can't make one for yourself, or if you can't farm yourself up a tabula rasa. If you don't want to farm a tabula rasa, just pick up the lantern and just go to town. You can make it all the way up to red maps with Holy Flame Totem with the Nick Turns Lantern or whatever it's called. Yeah, I got really sick to the Another World trope, the Isekai trope as it's called, and I was a little hesitant to try. I did find the first couple of episodes of Overlord fairly charming though, and it definitely is a different take on it, so I might give it a shot anyway. Tristan was desired to break him. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen any of mine in a very, very long time. Unfortunately, Matt. I wish I had my old Gundam figurines, because they probably would have been worth something, but I'm sure I was really, like, young, didn't take care of my stuff, didn't think about the fact that they could become a collectible. There's actually a record store near us that was selling Gundam Wing figurines, and they weren't all that expensive. They were like, what, like 18 bucks per one? Or something like that. Deaf Ear was selling Gundam Wing figurines at one point. I pointed them out to you because I was like, man, this brings me back to my childhood. I want them so bad. But I didn't actually end up picking it up, unfortunately. And I kind of regret that now, because I think it would have been nice to be able to get a hold of that again. Brings back memories, and I'll probably rewatch it after I'm done with Iron-Blooded Orphans. I've heard that a lot of the 2000s and 2010 Gundams were quite bad, but it had seen a return to form with Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is what kind of gave me the idea to watch it. And I'm like I said, I'm very impressed. First of all, a mech show with hand-drawn mechs, very little CGI animation in it, which is beautiful. I love the hand-drawn mechs. I think the hand-drawn mechs give it a lot more depth. Give it a more weighty feeling. I feel like the CGI mechs in most shows, like Eld Noah Zero and a lot of other mech shows that are more recent, kind of give a floaty feel that I hate. Even in space battles, it feels really bad. Hey, I understand, man. I would rather that too. I'd rather have it. I'm not a collector either, honestly, which is why I don't have a lot of the stuff. The only thing I do kind of seriously collect is books, and even that, clearly I don't, because I've lost like 2/3 of my book collection over the course of my last 3 moves. Still watch Robotech on the regular? Yeah, like Robotech, Macross, like a lot of those older ones, the original Gundams. I just really like the look of the hand-drawn mechs. And Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans has hand-drawn mechs, which is very rare in this day and age. Secondary characters, there isn't a single... Yeah, that's very important. I think that's one of the most important aspects to a show, is fleshing out side characters. It makes the world feel more real. Like, it makes the interactions with the main characters or in between the secondary characters feel weighty, even if they're kind of mundane, and it feels like it's adding to the overall lore if a show fleshes out side characters. I think that's one of the most important things to me in a piece of media. Obviously, like the writing and the world building, I mean, that has to do with the writing, of course, as does the world building, but yeah, I think writing good secondary characters makes the world feel more real, makes it a lot easier to get engrossed in it. Yeah. I actually found one of the first ever Robotech. Oh, you found it? Yeah, I heard you told me that before. The Disciples of Zora. That's awesome, dude. That's really cool. Classic. Yeah, I've seen Robotech. Also, oh man, I can't remember. There was another classic mech show that I've watched that was really good, but I can't remember the name of it. There hasn't been a lot of good mech shows. Like Sunrise, who does Gundam, they basically started only doing idol shows, like Love Live became their big franchise. But Gundam's starting to make a comeback, so I'm looking forward to that. Like I'm a big fan of big things fighting, you know. I like Godzilla, not as much as Jessica, obviously. Jessica's a big Godzilla butt. I like Gundam, I like Mecha Shows, but there haven't been a lot of good ones. Like recently, El Noah Zero and Darling in the Franxx, both I thought had a lot of potential, but both ended up crapping out, to say the least. So, Overlord has a very identifiable, well-written. Cool. Yeah, that's important, and I think your recommendation is giving the idea of a rewatch some more weight. So I'll definitely look into that. Look into that the next time I get a chance after I'm finishing what I'm currently watching. I'm down to watching one show at the moment, with hopes that Legion will actually be released on Hulu at some point. It might not, because apparently FX has their own streaming platform now. I'm assuming It's Always Sunny is also going to be caught up in that. Right? Probably. So when the new season of It's Always Sunny comes out, because, you know, Legion is one of the shows I've been very enthusiastic about lately. Hey! Is his grandparents doing a stream on Mixer of POE, talk about it with other POE players as well? Hey, that's a cool idea. I've never actually used Mixer, so I'm not sure I'm familiar with it. But if you want to email me at my business email with the details, we can talk about that for sure. I have that listed on my. It's just behindeyesgaming@gmail.com, so it's easy enough to remember. But all one word. Yeah, I'd be interested in potentially doing something with that. I've only ever done one collaboration, and that was on my Magic channel with Giant Monster Games, which was fun. Adrian, he was a cool guy. It was very easy to do the collaboration, but yeah, for some reason I feel like I'm just a little bit antisocial when it comes to that stuff, so you'll probably have to do a lot of the planning. I'm gonna be 100% honest here. If it's left up to me, I will probably do a poor job of making it happen. I'm just not much of a planner. I'm more of a go with the flow guy. If somebody else has concrete plans and I am open during the time those concrete plans are happening, I'm all about being there, but I'm very, very, very bad at, you know, being the planner. Or being in charge of the organization in any kind of way. Some could say I'm dangerously irresponsible. No, I wouldn't go that far. Or maybe I would. I wouldn't publicly go that far without joking about it. We're finally getting through the sulfite. Man, this has been a deep delve. We've been delving for like 40 minutes already. Making progress. Finally starting to get some experience too. Haven't gotten any maps. Haven't really seen, I don't think we've gotten any maps. Yeah, not really. So that's not good, but it'll be fine. Go. Ooh, what going into the dark reading? Got the eye from Ziggy D because a lot of console players don't like their Tarky Cat will handle everything. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I I watch like Bayclast and that kind of thing. I'll watch Tarky's different podcasts, and he seems to be the organizer, the one who kind of brings it together. Him and Noogie seem to be involved in a lot of those. I don't have that strength, unfortunately. But I'll be there if you plan it. Yeah, send me a business email if I'm free there. Or if I'm free during that time, whenever you have it, I'll make it happen. I would definitely be interested. Season 3 yet? Continue to enjoy it. I don't know who that is. I'm not a big rap guy, so I probably won't know any rapper you're talking about unless they're like really in the mainstream. Like I know Childish Gambino because he's Trey from Community, and I really like Community. Or Troy, not Trey. God. I was thinking of Trey Parker for some reason. I think I was subconsciously thinking of South Park there, but I really like Community, and so I'm familiar with Childish Gambino, but I'm not a big hip hop guy. I don't mind it in small amounts. Like there was hip hop on the soundtrack for Gurren Lagann, and I like that. All right, sounds good, Matt. Sounds good. Talk to you later, dude. I kind of like the Samurai Champloo soundtrack just because there was such a stylistic mix of like the old samurai shogun era type thing with the hip hop. I thought that was an interesting contrast. So I didn't mind it in that, but generally speaking, I won't like listen to hip hop, so I won't be familiar to any hip hop with any hip hop artists. Just not my style. I like electronic music a lot, so I listen to a lot of that. Okay. The Ice Cube. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about, dude. Sorry. Reference is getting over my head a little bit. Maybe you said something else earlier that is, Oh, for season 3. Oh, okay. I get you. Never mind. We're good. I understand what you're talking about now. Ah, it took me a second. I feel like your autocorrect made that harder to understand because I think it changed Jermaine into Jamaican. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm familiar with. Okay. I was confused. I wouldn't have known him. You would have had to say Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords for me to understand who you're talking about. Because I don't really remember like the names very well of celebrities. Well, except ones I'm super into. Maybe. Yeah, it took a second for the reference to connect though there. My brain wasn't expecting you to talk about that. All right. Well, this will be our last delve here, so we'll delve down here. Looks like we're running a little low on space. I don't recognize that jewel. Not from the looks of it. We'll do this last delve and then we'll get back to mapping, I guess. We've got a good amount of life now. I think maybe I'll start trying to pick up some damage. At some point I'm going to have to pick up maybe a little bit more accuracy as well. Or I may have to level up precision a bit more. We'll have to see. But yeah, decent experience. 127 million, considering how low how large the level difference is for a majority of that, that's not bad. That's a pretty decent experience. Alright, well, we delved deep enough to I don't think upgrading... I actually want to be delving frequently, or at least somewhat frequently going forward, so I think I'm not going to bother upgrading the capacity just yet. Once we get consistently into red maps, I'll focus on upgrading the our capacity. But I would like to delve frequently. Oh! Might of the Meek! Huh. Huh. I've never actually found a Might of the Meek before. That's cool. Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows. Yes, absolutely. I love that movie. It's good stuff. I want to watch the show at some point. Oop. Yeah, I'll have to... I don't know if it's on a streaming platform or not. I haven't seen it. But what level is this jeweled foil? I think I might... Actually, that's got an open prefix. That's pretty good. That's a good jeweled foil. Alright, hello. We just found ourselves an upgrade. Like, what is it gonna end up being? We're gonna have to quality it up, of course. And craft physical damage. I can't afford an exalt just yet, but try to do better than that. 98%, nice. Nice. Hey, sounds good. Will do, dude. Alrighty. Well, that is a decent crit chance. Decent DPS sword we just crafted. So let's see, 120 plus 242 divided 2. I know there's a macro for this, but I don't have it. I keep meaning to install it. 385 DPS sword we just found here, with life gain on hit and some accuracy. Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty juicy. I like that. And crit chance. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So the only Might of the Meek we could get is here, and it's not going to do us any good. Black and black recovery. Yeah. Usually you use Might of the Meek over there. Well, go ahead and get this all colored up here. And we go from 73,873 to 81. So not that big of a DPS increase. This one was pretty good. Probably would have gotten better mileage replacing this, honestly. Let's see, what does this have in it? Yeah, that actually gives better DPS at this point. How much does this lower? Ah, it drops us to 93 accuracy. That's not good. But this gives Intimidate, which is way too good. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to refund a little bit of life for now. So we'll drop down a little bit to 5,000. And we're going to pick up the accuracy and critical strike chance, which will put us closer to... And we're also going to level up our precision. So we should be able to get close to 100%. As of now, we can't really use the Maim and Flesh and Stone anyway. But we kind of get the bonus from that. So, okay. That puts us at nearly 90,000 unbuffed, which is pretty decent. So yeah, DPS upgrade. Nice, nice, nice. This is Garbaggio as well. Excuse me. Got my throat all congested and whatnot. Alright, well, I guess we're just gonna do this toxic sewer. Seems okay. Poison on hit's a little annoying, but yeah, and we'll be a little bit squishier now. Oh yeah, precision. I forgot to put it on. There you go, 100%. So now we're sitting at just short of 100k. Alright, will do, dude. Oh wait, I already answered that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The poison... Boy, this is gonna be difficult. You're gonna have to try to pay attention to porcupines. That's it's very scary. Hopefully this is increased monster variety, hopefully. No. That means there are gonna be more of those. So that's not good. Okay. I believe there was still, yeah, there's still a guy back. Going through the wall of blood. Alright. Another toxic sewer. Toxic sewer is quite nice for this build. It's all close quarters. Oh yeah, get some GCPs out of there. Feels nice and juicy. Keep leveling up precision. Alright, we're at 100% now. I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at something else. Oh man. Chaos Orb. Get out of the poison ground. Ooh. Okay. Gotta just spam my instant flask when I find myself going into those packs. Mm-hmm. Yep. Scary. Alright. Oof. Okay. There can't be that many more packs of that. I'm surprised I'm still alive at this point. Alright, we survived. Not too bad. Let's see, got ourselves a Vanguard belt. Probably not going to use that. And we maintained the toxic sewer. So let's run another toxic sewer real quick. Alright, Sea Witches and Sea Witches Beyond. That's always nice. Alright. Looks like I spent all of my chaos crafting this, which is a little bit unfortunate. Luckily we got that other new chaos. Other more different chaos, as they say. We're getting close to being able to run our first two boss legion. Alright. Oof. And beyond farming here. Should be worth a good amount of XP. Fight ourselves some beyond bosses. Am I missing just the name still? Just the flesh and stone. Oh, don't go into the circle. Don't do it. Got ourselves a pseudo lions right here. I think there was some loot back here that I wanted to pick up. Colonel Bourgeoiset, Burgeonet, whatever it is. Ooh, little frozen there. Walked right over that corpse explosion like it's no big thing. Probably not the best idea, but that's just the way it is. Gotta love the Sea Witches Beyond. So dense. So much XP. This is probably good enough. It's leveled enough. Okay. These. These. Can. Still a little slow on the Legion killing, unfortunately, but we'll get there. We will soon be there. Excuse me. Just hit level 84 not too long ago, so leveling at a pretty good rate considering we're kind of stuck in terms of our map progression at the moment. Hopefully get some more maps here soon. Got Castle Ruins, that's a tier 9, so maybe we just move up and then we move out from there because if we move up, we'll end up just over time generally accumulating more lower tier maps that we can 3 for 1 or potentially run if we get the ones near the ones that we need. So I think that might be the way to go. Might be our best course of action. Get a residence out of it. Hey Marcus, how's it going, man? Sweden. Welcome. Welcome to America. The stream from an American. Alrighty. All done. Ooh. Well, nothing good here. Ooh, Sweden! All hulked out there. Alrighty. Yeah. Moving on up. To the east side. The deluxe apartment in the sky. Alright, so as is tradition, we will check our maps, see if we found any new ones. 1 and 2s are complete, so I should stop checking. Alright, got ourselves a spider lair, and also arcade is currently not complete. So those will be our next spider lair and arcade. And I can just use transmutes. I'm probably got chain and point blank, fire damage, and power charge. Might be slightly dangerous, but I think we'll be fine. We are going to be okay. Take a short break, stretch a little bit before I get into this. Ooh. Always need to make sure you stretch a lot if you're playing a lot of video games. Otherwise, you'll end up with arthritis and a bum shoulder and, scoliosis and all sorts of other stuff. You'll end up all hunchbacked. So make sure you stretch. That was my public safety announcement for my fellow gamers. Thank you for tuning in. We have returned to regular programming. Stretch so you don't become an arthritic hunchback. Valuable lesson. Alright. Spider lair here. Lots of little side zones. I don't believe it's a nice, perfect circle like Toxic Sewer, but it's still fairly fairly simple to run. And it's in close quarters, which is perfect for cycling. Talk about being a hunchback, and I immediately start hunching forward, of course. Can't even listen to my own advice. What a hypocrite. Shame, shame. I'm probably not going to use a shield. I'm not even going to pick up shields for now. Probably, if I'm going to pick up shields, it'll be ES shields, because I might run a ES character, just because of some of the stuff that I have that would go well on an ES character. Ooh, yeah, man. Gotta keep limber. Even us gamers. It will affect it. I wish I would have stretched back in my old competitive StarCraft days, you know? I would have probably a lot less pain than I have right now in terms of like back pain, shoulder pain, wrist pain. There's lots of wrist pain, which I can directly attribute to gaming, because I don't know what else I could attribute to. Well, I can think of one other thing I could attribute it to, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. But it's very likely from a lot of gaming with no stretching. Alrighty. Take care of this boss here. Does this spit me out the other end? I don't actually know. Are there 2 bosses in this zone? It says complete. So... oh, there you go. More than 50 monsters. Where... oh man, do I have to go all the way back to the beginning? Are you kidding me? This is the worst. Never mind, Spider Lair is the worst map. Look at me, doing the walk of shame all the way back. Wow. Pain is not a friend? No. Nope. It's a lot better now that I've been stretching more regularly, though. I feel like, but I feel like I could have avoided it entirely by stretching in the first place. You know, it's common sense to stretch before doing something athletic, but nobody really preaches the importance of stretching before gaming, because gaming wasn't that big of a thing when I was a kid. I mean, it was like a side hobby. There weren't a lot of studies done on it yet. But I think it is just as important to make sure that you stretch to avoid injury for gaming. It may take a lot longer, it may be a little bit less immediate, but it's still a very similar sort of thing. Alright, got a double unveil here. See what we can get. Some juicy ones. This one is always nice. Get a tier 2 of it. Then we get physical damage and blind isn't bad. Alright. It's gonna probably be vaping a lot more often just because I can't really... probably not. I might get up and stretch a little bit at some point, maybe in another half an hour. I can just do some basic sit-down stretches for now, but for the most part... oh, I put my mat back. Shame. It was arcade. Alright, let's pop into the arcade, finish that one. This one might be a little bit more dangerous. We got power charges and extra fire damage, but... ooh. 9 years and you hate it? Yeah. Morphine for that long, man. I can only imagine. Yeah, I've had back issues since I was 12 years old, and so I can understand a small degree of that, but I have petite scoliosis, a small amount of scoliosis. My dad has it more severely than I do, and he's been able to work his whole life, but yeah, it's caused back pain, especially after I had a big growth spurt when I was like 12 to 13. I grew It was 8 inches. I had like 2 separate 4-inch growth spurts. Wow, look at all these. Look at this latency. I had 2 separate ooh, don't kill me while I'm lagging. 2 separate 4-inch growth spurts within the course of 1 year. And my back was awful after that. It really sucked. And then I had a herniated disc about close to 3 years now ago. Just short of 3 years. And it's kind of put the final nail in the coffin. It's made it very difficult for me to do a lot of physical activity, unfortunately. I can still feel the disc. It's in place now. I did physical therapy, but I can still feel the disc bulging a little bit. And so that's a little bit unfortunate. And it causes me pain from time to time. I keep it in line by stretching, and I take hot baths to relax the muscles. So I end up taking hot baths probably like about 3 to 4 times a week, depending on how bad the pain is. Sometimes I'll go quite a while without taking any, and sometimes I'll take one every day, and sometimes even multiple per day to manage the pain. But yeah, I'm not on any prescription medication. I've been trying to not take any kind of prescription medication for the last 7 or 8 years now. It's been a little bit difficult because I have some medications that were helpful, but I was able to find natural alternatives or other coping mechanisms for them, and I've been better off. I think I was definitely in danger of becoming addicted or forming an addictive habit to some of my medication, particularly my attention deficit disorder medication. Friends. Hey, Bruce! Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. I was definitely in danger of that and was abusing it a little bit. And so I decided that I was going to just cut myself off from the prescription medication. And I started taking ginkgo biloba and doing other things that have helped with like brain fog and my attention deficit disorder and energy levels instead. And I've been pretty much fine without it, honestly. I mean, of course it helped a lot, but I've found other ways that can help me as well. And I think I'm happier overall without it. I'm trying to avoid being on pain medication for the rest of my life, so that's why I'm trying to do things to manage it before it gets really... We're gonna get a lot of fossils, so. But I can't imagine having a botched surgery like that and having to be on really strong opiate medication like that for such an extended period of time. It's rough, man. Only 37? Yeah. Yeah, I'm 31, and I'm hoping that I can pull it off for as long as I can. You know, it may be inevitable, potentially. I feel like, especially after that last herniated disc, I'm like one move away. If I can't afford to hire a moving company or something the next time we move, and I get a really bad back injury, I'm concerned that the next one might be, you know, the straw that breaks my back rather than the camel's, I suppose. But yeah, I'm hoping to avoid that, and I'm going to do whatever I can to avoid that, because I like having the freedom of not having to be, you know, get up and take those pills. I mean, I still get up and take vitamins, but I guess that's a little bit different. Well, most days. Sometimes I forget for a fairly extended period of time. So that's a bad habit of mine too. Took them today though, and I feel fantastic. I was also taking nootropics for a while. I can't really afford it at the moment, but it really helped me as well. A lot. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard, dude. It is difficult. Ooh. Get ourselves a residence with a Nico here. We're gonna elk that to get the max. Ooh. This is a juicy damage one here, but we're going for it. We can take it, I believe. Yeah, we have over max resistance. We have 76 or 77, 76, 76. So hopefully we'll be okay. We do have that additional damage taken from being a berserker, which is unfortunate. Might make it a little bit too difficult, but We'll make it happen. If we kill things fast enough, they can't kill us, right? That's how it works. The best defense is a good offense, as they say. That is, in the case of Path of Exile, that is very often true. There's a limit to it. There's some things in this game you can't really one-shot because they have stages, invulnerability stages, that kind of thing. So that has its limits, but to the extent of regular mobs, it definitely holds true. But when talking about regular mobs, if you can kill them fast enough, they can't kill you. You just gotta zoom around. Oh man, I couldn't spin for a second. Had a little bit of lag, input lag. Gotta be careful. Can't get pocket sanded to death. Almost got me, Mr. Archer guy. Alright, we're good. We're okay. Gotta avoid that pocket sand. Those Mariketh guys are brutal. They will kill you. I feel like more people ripped to the Mariketh enemies this league as compared to pretty much anything else, honestly. Oh, this was Nico. For some reason, I thought it was Alva. I think it's because I'm blind. Absolutely blind. I don't think there should be any enemies in this starting area, but I'm gonna check. I want to be thorough because we have a limited amount of maps here. So try to be as thorough as I can with clearing. Really want to start progressing a little bit faster. Feel like I've slowed down a little bit too much for my liking, and it's probably because I've been a little bit too lax in both rolling and completing my maps. So it's probably my own fault. Can't really afford to start putting on. Getting raw chaos is a lot harder outside of a trade league. So I have to be a little bit more careful with how I spend my chaos. See, what are we looking at for buff DPS now? Close to 200k without pride and without our impale. So that's pretty good. That means we're probably like 800k real DPS, which is quite good. Quite good. Should be able to get us into red maps at this point. So we should be able to pick up life now. And then we'll pick up a little bit more DPS later on. I mean, realistically, chances are good we'll stall out somewhere in the 90s if we're not able to progress, in the early 90s even. Like 91, 92. Already level 85. Already. I mean, we'd probably be there quite a bit faster if it wasn't for the getting stuck on low maps thing. And that's because I've been trying to get full completion. But if we just worry about progressing instead, it'll probably be better in the long run, both for the loot we're able to obtain and just for our general progression. All right. Yeah. Nice clear here. We'll grab that delicious sulfite. What did we get? 594? That's not too bad. Not too shabby. Alright, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested would you guys be in seeing me play another game after I'm done playing POE tonight? Hey, good morning, Groovy Pants. Starting off a little bit different than usual. But, yeah. How is it going, man? I feel like I would be interested in streaming another game I've been playing recently, but I don't know how receptive you guys would be to it. I've also been thinking about making some content during the downtimes of Path of Exile, like right now towards the end of leagues. I have a, it's called Teamfight Tactics. It's kind of a tactical auto chess game. And I've been really enjoying it a lot. I've been thinking about streaming it, so, and I may do so. I may Or I may just make videos and stream on my other channel for it. But if anybody would watch it, I would definitely want to stream it here instead. Get some bonus behind eyes gaming for you. Alrighty. Worth a try? Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think I may just try it out, and if, you know, if nobody comes in, better trade all these in. If nobody comes in and it's just me talking to an empty chat, well, it was worth a try anyway, right? There's some people who... okay. Just a divination card. For some reason I was expecting that to be a full Whispering Ice. Unfortunately, not so lucky. 5 chaos. Hey, that's nice. We definitely needed some chaos ore, so feels good, man. Yeah, I feel really good, really energetic. I feel like I could stream for quite a while today. My voice is hurting already, but other than that, I feel great. I feel so good. I was feeling pretty bad the last couple of days, honestly. I was just out of it. Let's see. So we're up. Ooh, we're already up to tier 9s. Well, take care of these. Start with the Underground Sea. I'm a big fan of this map. Alright, looks like a fairly easy run here. Chilled ground is about the most devastating thing. At some point, do you want to make me a Teamfight Tactics thumbnail so that I can do a stream for it potentially later tonight? I don't really know what I want, so I'll leave it up to your discretion. But it'll just be a live stream, so maybe just any generic thumbnail is fine that is on theme. I will leave it to your discretion. Yeah, it's a fun game though. It's kind of like a card game. If you've ever heard of Dominion, it's a tactical deck building card game. It's similar to that. It uses characters from League of Legends. There are other auto chess games that use characters from other games, like there's a Dota one, for instance. But yeah, I like the League of Legends one the best. I tried the Dota one, couldn't really get into it. And maybe that's partially because I used to play League of Legends, so it's easier. I used to play Dota as well, though. I think the system is just a little better for the League one, in my opinion. Like, it has a really nice weapon system, and I feel like the board's set up in a little bit more of an interesting way instead of a standard chessboard. Hey! What song is the intro to my videos? That is Thinker by, well, I'm not sure who it's by, but it's on OC Remix. And it is a remix slash cover of the song Goodbye Thinker from Armored Core 4. So if you want the original, it'll sound very different from that one, but you can go to OC Remix and look at the remixes from Armored Core 4, and I believe there's only a couple from there, so you should be able to find it quite easily. I have a link in some of my comment sections, because that is actually something that gets asked a lot, and it's a really nice song. I have it on the playlist that I'm currently running. I really like that song. I like the vocalist for it a lot. I don't know who it is though. I always forget. Not very good with artists' names, unfortunately. It is good stuff. Hey, you're welcome, dude. Thanks for stopping in, Brandon. Yeah, I can feel my voice tiring out. unfortunately. But I'm gonna try to go. Maybe I'll just talk for a little less. I'm gonna try to go for at least another half an hour, maybe hour and a half. Who knows? Try to just maybe I'll just try to talk in a more low-key way, I guess. Just be as chilled as possible. I'm always worried about the volume, that it doesn't come off as loud enough when I have my voice lower than like this. So I try to speak up. But we'll have to see. If you guys can't hear me, let me know, and maybe I'll just try turning the volume up on my microphone. But yeah, usually I try to do a more energetic, louder voice because I'm afraid that my microphone can't pick up on it. This is closer to my normal speaking pattern. Or normal speaking voice, just generally speaking. I talk quite quietly, I think. Go ahead and find all of the symbols there. Okay, cool. It's good to know. Because, yeah, I end up speaking up quite a bit during live streams, and it ends up wearing out my voice over time. So I'm really worried about not having decent sound quality, because I already have a very loud computer fan, and that already diminishes my sound quality a little bit. I've tried I have a noise gate and noise canceller on it. Ooh, spam. Okay. But yeah, I try to do what I can. Alright, looks like we cleared it out good. Ugh. And 75 life, that's not bad. Plus strength as well. It's a good amount of life. But I don't think it provides enough other stats that I can really use it, unfortunately. Shield. Looks like we'll hold on to the jewel. We'll probably sell this. Alright. Getting fatigued. Need to take some strong, out of coffee, so strong vapes. Gotta get that stimulant. Roll this up. Yeah, this is actually on the lower end for some of this stuff. Yeah, I don't think I would want to divine this, actually. I think this is fun. So now our crit chance is up to 28.9% thanks to the crit chance on this, which is really nice. This one only has a 5.5. I'll probably still have to, but it does have the Intimidate. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. I actually was never a regular smoker, but I was starting to smoke more regularly and decided that vaping's a lot cheaper. Like, between Jessica and I, we for cigarettes, it would be like $20 for a week for one person. Something like that, right? And then for vaping, it's like $40 for a month for both of us combined. So it's less than a quarter of the price overall, which is one of the big motivators to switch to vaping. Hey, we got an Abyssal Depth. But yeah, it'd probably be better not to have any kind of thing that I'm dependent on. And we're actually trying to cut back. We're going from the, 12 milligrams per milliliter to 6. So we're cutting the actual nicotine content in half in hopes to eventually get off it entirely. But yeah, at the moment it's a much more economical thing compared to. I should probably lower my loot filter. My loot filter's been way too high. You know what though? I'm having more fun. If I run out of stuff, I guess like completely run out of like armor scraps and that kind of thing, then I'll just go and turn off my loot filter then. But up until that point, I think I have more fun when there's a more strict loot filter, even in solo self-found. So I'm just gonna keep it on strict or whatever it happens to be, very strict. I don't like having to pick things up all the time. It gets a little obnoxious. And we're at the stage where it's going to be a lot harder to find upgrades anyway. We're to the point where we could find upgrades all the time, but now it's like occasionally we'll find an upgrade, but it's not going to be super frequent. So there's no point in picking it all up. Might try to go for... Actually, I'm going to wait until we're in tier monster level 80 maps. And then I'm going to, from that point, I'm going to try to get another jeweled foil and try to craft something really nice on it. Because eye level 80 jeweled foils can roll the max tier 1 damage and flat damage, I believe. Stygian Vice, that might be nice. Oh, hello! Life double resist Ellie with attack. Well, that's way better than what I have. The downside being... not really much of a downside. We missed some cold resist, but we can make that up. We can craft that if there's an open suffix. There is an open suffix. We can craft cold resist and make ourselves a nice murderous eye jewel. Hey! Nice happy upgrade here. Just as I was saying it would be difficult. I mean, the belt was pretty mediocre. That was going to be one of our first upgrades anyway. But yeah, get ourselves a nice Stygian Vice. Always feels good. Lots of good stuff we can get. We could get Onslaught on a jewel. We can get life. We can get flat physical damage. Lots and lots of fun stuff. Pretty happy about that. Solo self-found, like that's gear that I would just kind of toss out in a trade league, or like maybe use temporarily and then get rid of. It feels so nice to get excited over mediocre gear though. Feels good, man. Feels very good. I think there's something very therapeutic overall about playing solo self-found. Get our Berserk going, or our Enrage, whatever it is. Berserk. It is Berserk. Ooh, cool. Ooh, cool, cool. Alrighty. Yep, and I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. Maybe I should save my voice for tonight. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, that's a nice picture you found there. I dig that. Got a juicy thumbnail. But yeah, I'll probably, what I'm gonna do is I'll probably stop here in maybe 20 minutes or so, do a few more maps, and then I'll take about an hour break, and then I'll come back for a bonus stream. Maybe 2 hours, because I might need to eat as well. Actually, I'm not really hungry. Maybe I won't. I've only eaten once today, but I'm not at all hungry, so I think I'll just not. We'll see how I feel in an hour. suppose. Had a nice big meal, so don't feel the necessity. That's a good thing about the diet I'm on, is often it's just like 2 meals a day, and they're fairly dense, so I never really feel hungry. Always feel pretty good. Alright, let's take care of this Legion. Hey, LaFlamme, or LaFlame? LaFlame, LaFlamme? One or the other. How's it going, man? Finally starting to climb up the ranks in the maps here. Finally starting to get up towards red maps. Don't think I'm gonna hit it right away, but as you can see, our DPS leaves a little bit to be desired still, but I just got a cool upgrade, cool Stygian Vice and everything. So things are going well over here. Talisman. Alright. More than 50 monsters still, man. They're probably all hiding in these little outposts here. Maybe not. Alright. Take care of the last of these. Hopefully, I wasn't paying attention to the map drops. Hopefully we got some more drops. Wasn't paying very close attention at least. Alright, well, one monster. Alright, we're not gonna search around for that. Alrighty. See what we got for sell this stuff. See what we got for jewels. Craft ourselves a jewel. Zombies. Nothing good for. We got a castle ruin, so we maintained our tier 9 at least. And, okay. Go find it. Alright, we got a murderous eye jewel. Item level 68. Item level 60. Well, I guess we'll go for the 60. I'm not sure how big of a difference it'll make. But we're going to go ahead and scour that and see what we can get. Physical damage to attacks. Have Jessica check that out. Hey Jessica, check out that Link the Wall set. Multi, dagger. Yeah. Onslaught on kill, that's one we're looking for. Fire damage with claws, not so good though. Kill. No. We don't do. We have pulverize. Nice. Yeah, crab turtles. The most powerful cheeky magic combo. Alright, fizz damage to attacks, fire damage to staff, not what we're looking for. Hopefully we have enough ults to make this. Fizz damage to claws, fizz damage to swords, block. I don't really want block. Onslaught, fire damage to swords, no. This damage to axe. Pause. Killed recently. This damage to staffs. Not getting so lucky with this so far. His damage to swords. Hold resist. No. It's not there yet. I'll take one without life if it has onslaught. Life. This damage to attacks. It's a small roll, but we'll take it. And evasion while moving. I guess we're always moving. We don't really have a lot of evasion. Yeah, that's going to be trivial at best, but life and a small amount of his damage. We'll be able to do better, but we'll wait until we have a higher damage jewel. Oh, we still have overmax cold resist. So, that's good. We can craft something else potentially on there. Or we can craft cold resist and be... Yeah, you know what? We're just going to craft cold resist so that we can be Ellie weakness capped. Just going to craft the smaller amount there. Wait, was that lightning? Oh, it was lightning I was looking for. Ooh. Well, wasted some currency. I already have lightning. Could do... What are we shortest of? I think it'll be cold and lightning. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the 3 chaos. Alright, we're perfectly overcapped on everything. So now we can run Ellie weakness maps with no problem, which is nice. I'm just gonna sell this belt, it's not good. So it doesn't give us a lot of DPS, unfortunately, but it's not bad. Do a couple of additional maps here. Maintained our castle ruin. So we're still on tier 9. See if we can push up to tier 10. Actually, you know what we can do? Orb of Horizons. Boom. Port. I don't think I have a port, right? Yep, no port. Haha. So this is a little bit more efficient. Dodge, point blank, equilibrium, accuracy, yeah, all of that is trivial to us. Let's go. So, don't really, man, there are a lot of tier 9 maps or like tier 8 and tier 9 maps that I really don't like. I just remember not liking port because there's a lot of little kind of nooks and crannies. Not a fan. Yeah, like there's this little boat over here which has a pack. Just have to duck in and out of a lot of different... If you're familiar with it, you probably won't miss too much, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff you have to jump down and check. Jump around. If you don't have good mobility, it's even more particularly this. Right, and it looks like we're going to be able to delve a little bit by the time we get done with this map, which will be nice as well. I might get another level from it. We're just gonna, basically all we're gonna have in terms of, we have like 3 or 4 more life nodes to get, and then we can head up and get the crit up by Resolute Technique, and then we're gonna be done. That'll be the build. So, I mean, that's still a lot of points. I think, like, we'll be level 95 before we're 100%. We're probably going to end up specking out of life again anyway. Maybe I should just go get the crit. Because I know I'm going to take the crit over life eventually. For the, just for the bonus of getting... Ooh! See if we can kill this guy. Oh, nope, not. Yeah, see, our DPS is a little bit too low at the moment. I'm not excited about this level. once we get our final ascendancy, we'll be a lot better. So I'm probably not gonna get the triple rage one. I'm probably just gonna get the crit damage, the flat damage if you've dealt a crit recently one, because that one I think is gonna give us a lot more DPS, which at this point I feel is a little bit more important. And we can probably get by late for quite a while on like 5,500 life, which we'll definitely get. Because we still have a lot of gear to upgrade. And still have life nodes that are close at hand. Yeah, we're close to max sulfite again, so probably delve a couple of delves really quick at the end of the stream here. After this map, of course. Delve a little more. Here real quick before I go into the arena. Alright, we still managed to get most of them, which is pretty good for this map. And this fellow, this kind fellow. Alright. Cool. Got some items. Almost forgot the crafting recipe. Criticals. Criticals are important. Alright, so got ourselves nothing of note. This actually has some good crit strike chance on it, tier 1 crit strike chance, but it's not good enough. The base crit on Corsair Sword is a little low anyway. Oh, I didn't sell. I saw that this was shaped and I didn't sell it instantly. Don't really need to craft a low level shaped armor. I'm pretty satisfied with my current armor, and I even have a another 5-link as a backup for when I try to 6-link this. I haven't checked how many fusings I have recently. 91. That's an okay amount. I can try. I'm gonna wait until 200, I think, and then I'm gonna try for the 6-link. It's a little bit low, but like I said, we have ourselves a backup, so I think we'll be okay. And if we can get that 6-link, that 6th link, we'll be sitting pretty. Alrighty. Down. I want this currency node, and I also want that Vol Outpost, so I think I am gonna go get both of those. I think I was in tier 74 or monster level 74, maybe 75. Oh, 71. Never mind. Oh. I definitely need to upgrade my other sword at some point, though. If I can get another one similar to the one I have in that I got recently, got this stream, then I will be sitting pretty for red maps for sure. This one's DPS is so much lower. Especially without the crit chance. Alright. Get ourselves some abandoned riches. Take some Roas down. Only one currency box, unfortunately. Hopefully we get some dank currency from it. We got a Regal Orb. Can take some of the smaller currency for now, since we're sitting pretty here. All right, and I have been streaming for 2 hours, so I am going to call it quits. It's a little bit longer than my normal stream, and you're getting a bonus stream tonight. So if you're interested in watching me play another game, I would appreciate it if you stop by, say hi. I'll try to explain it as well as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye!